What's up YouTube, John McCann here, and we've got another great speed test for you. It's the one you've all been asking for. It's the OnePlus 3T versus our fastest phone so far, the iPhone 7, to just see how fast they can really go. Our high intensity test includes 8 top apps to really push these phones to their limits. There's video editing, there's picture editing, there's 3D modeling. I mean, these are stuff that's really gonna push these phones to see just how well they perform when stuff gets serious under the hood. So without further ado, let's see who's the fastest. Here we go, OnePlus 3T on the right, iPhone 7 on the left, and the iPhone 7 has already taken a slight lead, and that's a surprise. When I went to the OnePlus launch, the founders were saying that the OnePlus 3T was smashing the Samsung Galaxy S7, the new iPhones, pretty much everything in its weight when it came to benchmarking, thanks to its Snapdragon 821 SoC and its 6GB of RAM. It means it's got a whole lot of power under the hood, but in our high-powered intensity speed test right here, it is the iPhone which is making mincemeat of, at the moment, that high-def video exporting straight into Snapseed, doing some editing. We're still waiting for our third game on the 3T. It's now into Adobe Premiere Clip, and it's going to export that pre-made project, and it does take longer than the iPhone. It is taking its sweet time. The iPhone, meanwhile, is absolutely flying. It's on our 3D sphere cutting in half project, which is absolutely smashing the graphical power of the phone, and it's a really good test to see just how much grunt these phones have. iPhone now onto its second lap, and we're only onto Snapseed, 6 of 8 of our apps on the 3T on the first lap, so it is falling behind even more, and the iPhone is now flying through the second round into the 3D out. Stop that clock now, and 1 minute 15. However, we go back to the 3T and it's not so rosy. We're still on the first lap, we're still trying to cut those pesky little spheres in half. So we've just sped up the rendering on the 3T there. It takes over half a minute to actually get through that rendering of the 3D space. So we'll just speed it up for the purpose of this test, just so we can get you to the end and see what the final stuff is. So we're going to rejoin as we jump into the camera app on the 3T. And there we are, take a couple of pictures, just the one actually, because that's the test. And then back into the high FLAC player. Now into the games, it's holding Asphalt nicely in the background. Fruit Ninja, bit of a struggle there to get that. N.O.V.A again, there's a slight pause, but it does load up. And then all the other apps, it's simply just opening them and closing them, take another picture, and we're done. So there you have it, it's a conclusive win for the iPhone 7. And while the results on paper may look bad for the OnePlus 3T, don't worry just yet, don't start throwing it in the bin. The actual CTO of 3DCIO, our 3D modeling app that we're using, actually got in touch with TechRadar after seeing our ultimate speed test just the other week and suggested a better test for our phones. Instead of just opening the app and just seeing how quickly that loads, he also suggested that we actually started a task and actually did some 3D modeling ourselves. So we've added that into this particular test, which is why stuff took a little bit longer. Take that out though, and you're probably looking at the OnePlus 3T being very similar in speed to the top Android phones such as the Google Pixel from our last test. So it's by no means a slouch, but once again, hats off to Apple and the iPhone 7 for just absolutely killing it in this particular test. Don't forget to like, don't forget to subscribe. Thank you very much for watching. Comment below what other speed tests you'd like to see in the future, and for that, I've been John McCann, and we'll see you very soon.